according to how they relate to and interact with one another, how they each act, who they ultimately are, and how the other sex perceives them. Guys are classified into many archetypes using the socio-sexual hierarchy. We have the alpha, beta, omega, gamma, and the less well-known sigma man on this scale. What role does this mysterious sigma male play, though? As it turns out, he is on the same level as the alpha guy at the top of the social scale. This is because he shares many similar traits to the alpha, such as confidence, outward masculinity, and charisma, but the difference is that the sigma male chooses to sit on the outside of this hierarchy. He does not feel bound by its expectations, but more on that later. Here, we'll examine 11 characteristics of the sigma male that women find most alluring. Male sigmas are not always simple to identify. They are less prone to brag than alpha men, but they also aren't as likely to pretend they don't exist as a beta guy may. They enjoy being themselves and carrying out their agendas. Alpha males, who are outgoing, loud, and dominant, are at one extreme of the personality spectrum, while beta males, who are quiet, submissive, and meek, are at the other. He is mysterious. The Sigma man is all about mystery. His aura of mystery permeated every aspect of his character, which drives women insane. He is a guy of few words, but those he does use reveal a powerful, lively, and clever personality. The Sigma man doesn't open up to just anyone, and his interests and accomplishments are kept hidden, so you won't find him complaining or boasting on social media. A Sigma guy is difficult to understand, which heightens his mystery and intrigue. This, along with his seeming sincerity and modesty, makes for a very seductive combination. For both men and women, a certain amount of mystery can be sexually motivated. Having some mystery stokes the fires of attraction, whereas too much familiarity can kill it stone dead. This air of mystery isn't intentional or put on, as the alpha may do to get the woman he desires. But the Sigma male naturally holds back until he is ready to offer more. He doesn't mean to be secretive or confusing, he simply has a strong and silent approach to life, but women can't get enough of it. However, it takes a special kind of woman to be able to appreciate this on a long-term basis and not get frustrated. He's independent and self-sufficient. The Sigma male has learned the art of self-sufficiency and can very happily take care of oneself, preferring to stay to himself. Not just physically, but also emotionally. He doesn't rely on others to meet his emotional requirements. Is this ability to care for oneself being discussed? He doesn't look for other people's praise, and he doesn't feel the need to brag about his accomplishments or vacations on social media. He simply carries on with his daily activities, and his only source of support is himself. It makes sense that women find independence and self-sufficiency to be particularly attractive qualities because they appreciate a man who can take care of himself. A Sigma male is a firm advocate not only for his independence but also for the independence of others, which means he is not controlling of his friends or partners, which adds to his sexiness. He is charming and charismatic. The Sigma male shares the same charm and charisma as an introverted alpha, but the difference is that he doesn't attempt to show that part of himself, it just comes naturally. This indicates that he is sociable and adaptable to a wide variety of people and social groupings. His charismatic personality combined with his success in life and business allowed him to attract ladies in addition to being successful in both. Women perceive charisma and charm to be incredibly sexual qualities because they make everyone attractive. He's respectful. We also need respect to be charming, and the Sigma man has a ton of it. He values both his own and other people's independence and treats them with decency and respect. Sigma males are incredibly charming, therefore it makes sense that they would also be exceedingly courteous and considerate to others. He respects the freedoms of his friends and lovers since he cherishes both their independence and his own. It is obvious why women find the Sigma's respectful character incredibly alluring. Women admire a man who respects their independence as well as his own, and who isn't needy and desperate for their attention. He doesn't play by society's rules. The Sigma male is a lone wolf. He does things his way, and he doesn't necessarily follow the rules of the book. This is why he sits outside the socio-sexual hierarchy and avoids the expectations that come with it. He fits the stereotype of a rebel without a cause, and what woman doesn't find a rebel sexy? This indicates that he is a free thinker who is unencumbered by the human tendency to find comfort in authority. He feels little to no obligation to accept it. It also implies that he has no desire to follow leaders and is generally unresponsive to authority, even though this does not indicate that he is a criminal. He may occasionally concur with authority, but this will only happen when independent. Logical thought ties in with what authority says. This rebellious, free-spirited type of guy has a real pull on women. He is willing to walk away. The ability to walk away is one of a Sigma male's most alluring qualities to women. This is a highly valuable trait in a man since it shows self-assurance and a healthy feeling of self-worth. He doesn't need anyone else to be happy, he is satisfied in his own company. Despite being the lone wolf type, he rises to the challenge of integration into the many levels of the social hierarchy to be as successful as he is in his job and personal life. But he is also capable of escaping these hierarchies, never being dependent on his boss, friends, or co-workers to maintain his happiness in life, and he won't hesitate to walk away. We find this trait on the opposite end of the spectrum to unattractive traits such as neediness, clinginess, and desperation. He's smart and curious. As a curious kind of guy, the Sigma male is also naturally pretty smart, with his curiosity leading him to a life of pursuing knowledge. As a result, he is intelligent and well-read, and he knows how to use this to his advantage. He might be the introverted version of the alpha male, but unlike the alpha, he doesn't feel the need to pretend to be smart or show off his knowledge for attention. The attention comes to him naturally because he's genuinely smart, and his wit and intellect help him to stand out. Women love a rebel, but they also find intelligent, witty men who can hold a deep and stimulating conversation seriously sexy, and the Sigma is both these men. He is a great listener. The Sigma male does not have a voice that he is in love with. He is the silent man, intently listening to the conversation he is having, taking notes, and refraining from needless filler talk, quite the opposite. He takes the time to listen and think about the perspectives and ideas of others, and then he responds in a way that is significant and thoughtful. It makes sense that Sigma males tend to have their pick of ladies, since women are attracted to men who are good listeners. But there is a bonus. Being able to actively listen to a woman and take time to respond means it's less likely that the Sigma will put his foot in his mouth and say something stupid or embarrassing that could give his love interest the ick and put her off altogether. He is authentic and genuine. As Sigma males don't conform to society's rules and standards, they also aren't dependent or influenced by anyone else's judgment or perspective or feel the need to impress anyone. This allows him to be 100% authentic and genuine, and to women, authenticity is one of the sexiest traits a man can possess. He lives life on his terms, does what he wants, when he wants, and spends his time, energy, and resources on things that will get him closer to his personal goals and plans, instead of worrying about keeping up with trends. This means that he doesn't rely on anyone else for validation. He knows his self-worth and thinks that his opinion of himself is far more important than that of anyone else. He doesn't need tons of friends to remind him of how great he is. He knows that himself, and he doesn't take other people's validation as seriously as he takes his own. He knows what he wants. It makes sense that a Sigma male's fierce independence and self-assurance help him feel confident in his aspirations and goals because he is aware of what he wants out of life. The Sigma male could entice almost any woman he desired because this is incredibly seductive to women. But he's not that kind of guy. When it comes to dating women, he'd rather invest his limited time and energy in a partner who shares his sense of ambition, independence, and self-sufficiency. He's a risk taker. The male Sigma is very flirtatious with danger. It is not surprising that he is a bit of a risk taker and prefers to live life on the edge given all of his already established seductive attributes, including independence, self-sufficiency, and the fact that he doesn't always cooperate with authorities. This does not imply that he will necessarily break the law or do something stupid, but he is very content to toe the line. It's no secret that women adore bad boys, and to them, the Sigma's edgy, natural demeanor is appealing. While the Alpha will mimic this trait to show off or to make a point, the Sigma does this naturally and simply for the fact that it fits with his world perspective. He's a solo player. One of the main traits of a Sigma is that he's not always a team player. Instead, he's a silent type that sets his standards and walks his path. He chooses his own game and picks his own rules to play. This is how he stands apart from the rest of the crowd. However, this does not mean he can't work with others when he needs to. When Sigma personalities find like-minded people who share their vision, they can achieve extraordinary things in business or relationships. He's an observer. He is a smart observer. His careful observation usually leads to thorough analysis, which makes him a better judge of different situations and people. He is a dominant introvert. The Sigma male does not attract the attention of everyone by talking all the time. On the contrary, sometimes he likes to retreat and observe everything in silence from a quiet environment. You may notice that he does not get involved in meaningless conversations, but rather spends his energy on introspection and reflection, giving him a competitive edge. He is an introverted alpha male who dominates using his intelligence. He's self-sufficient and independent. The Sigma male is self-sufficient, independent, and used to caring for himself. While he may have many friends, he needs no one but himself for his validation. He is not relying on other people's energy to empower him. While the alpha guy needs a herd on which he can exercise his power, the Sigma male is comfortable on his own, and his confidence stems from his sense of self-worth. He's curious. The Sigma male has a very curious mind. He is always on the lookout for new experiences and information. His curiosity keeps him on his toes, his mind is eager for new perspectives and knowledge, and he's likely to be an avid reader. This may seem like a very attractive trait to his admirers. He's easily adaptable. One of the most desirable qualities of the Sigma personality type is that he can adjust anywhere and do anything. He can move in and out of groups with different interests, cultures, and beliefs. He wouldn't tie himself for long to one social group. He is flexible and can easily adapt to any situation. He's respectful. A man with Sigma traits isn't just a lover of his freedom, but he also values the independence of other people. He doesn't want to impose certain norms and restrictions on others. Instead, he respects the freedom of his friends and partners. Unlike the Alpha, if somebody doesn't act the way he wants them to, he does not control or coerce them. He goes his own way. He has charisma. Even if he is not making any special effort to show it, his charisma comes through. Male Sigmas frequently get along with persons of all different types of personalities. While Sigma men can appear to act and speak differently from other types of men, this is not a result of poor social skills but rather of distinct priorities. When he wants to be, the Sigma guy can be quite charming. His innate charm, which is complemented by his tenacity, enables him to succeed in both his personal and professional endeavors. He's determined and disciplined. Due to his self-confidence and inner strength, he gets a lot of attention from women. To a Sigma male, seduction would be easy, but he is not the kind of guy who would jump from one woman to another. But a Sigma male's determination isn't limited to women. These deep thinkers have clearly defined goals and are ready to go to great lengths to achieve them. He's adventurous. Sigma guy is a nomad and explorer who likes to experience new things. Instead of staying in his comfort zone, the Sigma male likes to go and experience new cultures and foods and interact with new people. He tries his limits and explores new horizons, gaining energy from the unfamiliar. He often does his research to discover unique things outside the mainstream. He's protective of his personal space. He knows his boundaries and sets them straight. His psychological and emotional space is sacred to him. If someone tries to cross his boundaries, he acts assertively and defends his space. However, Sigma men can often happily share their space with close friends, family, and partners with whom they feel a special bond. He's influential. Most Sigmas don't seek leadership roles and may even avoid them. Nonetheless, they often end up influencing those around them. Simply put, Sigma males tend to be cool. The mysterious and charismatic Sigma male personality inspires others to imitate him. It doesn't matter if the Sigma guy or other people are aware of it, these lone wolves often manage to become trendsetters whether they want it or not. He has charisma. Even if he is not making any special effort to show it, his charisma comes through. Male Sigmas frequently get along with persons of all different types of personalities. While Sigma men can appear to act and speak differently from other types of men, this is not a result of poor social skills but rather of distinct priorities. When he wants to be, the Sigma guy can be quite charming. His innate charm, which is complemented by his tenacity, enables him to succeed in both his personal and professional endeavors. He's successful. Of course, not everybody succeeds in everything they do, not even Sigma males. However, a man with the Sigma mentality will likely succeed in more things than most people. The reason for his success is his driven and motivated Sigma mindset. Since he always has a clear idea of his goals, he can fully dedicate himself to achieving them. Sigma males are hard workers who are often just as successful as the Alpha archetype, but you may not immediately notice it. That's because the things he strives for are often outside the common societal norms.